Members on my left, the member for Chisholm.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister for the Environment and Energy. Will the Minister update the House on how the National Energy Guarantee will result in lower power prices for Australian households and businesses, including in my home state of Victoria? Is the Minister aware of any other plans that will result in higher prices?
The Minister for Energy and the Environment.
Thank you, Mr Speaker, and I thank the member for Chisholm for her question, and know that she supports the Turnbull government's moves to drive down power prices, knowing that under the coalition power prices will always be lower, and under the Labor Party they'll always go up, Mr Speaker. That is the track record of a Labor government they were last in office when power prices doubled. They went up each and every year. And the member for Chisholm comes from that great state of Victoria. But unfortunately, with the Andrews Labor government, Victoria now has the second highest prices in the country. The second highest prices in the country. And last September, the Australian Energy Market Operator put out a report which said that there were up to a 43% chance of load shedding in Victoria. That's a euphemism for blackouts, Mr Speaker. And that is because the Andrews government cheered the closure of the Hazelwood Power Station, which could provide up to a quarter of Victoria's power supply. And if you look at the last 6 months in Victoria of 2017, Victoria was importing power instead of exporting it to the rest of the grid, Mr Speaker. Now, the member for Chisholm knows that since we've come to government, we have put downward pressure on prices by getting more gas into the market, by reining in the power of the network companies, which, if the Labor Party had thought about it when they were in office, would have saved consumers $6.5 billion, by getting a better deal from the retailers for millions of Australian customers, Mr Speaker, and of course through the National Energy Guarantee, which has been supported by groups in the member's electorate, like Asaleo Care in Box Hill, which is a leading personal care and hygiene company with landmark brands such as Sorbent and Libra and Handy. It started in 1932. It was listed on the ASX in 2014. It has 11 manufacturing and distribution facilities and employs 1,000 people, and they have got behind the National Energy Guarantee. Like the Victorian Chamber of Commerce and Industry, with 15,000 members, which said of the National Energy Guarantee, it was an important reform to improve energy policy predictability, to reduce risk, to encourage investment in new electricity generation, Mr Speaker. And we know that Manufacturers Australia have written in the Herald Sun about how important it is for the 1 million manufacturing workers across the country to have the National Energy Guarantee. So at the end of the day, if you believe in lower power prices, if you want to see Australian households $550 a year better off, if you want to see the wholesale price down by 20%, if you want to be side by side with the big employers across the country, you get behind the National Energy Guarantee and you don't hide from your responsibility, as the Leader of the Opposition is trying to do.